As the year comes to a close, global attention has been drawn to the tragic fire in Hong Kong, but bizarre events continue to unfold across mainland China. On November 27th, two serious accidents involving trains hitting construction workers were reported in China's railway system. According to a Weibo update from Kunming railway station, at 12:35 a.m. on November 27th, a test train collided with construction workers who had entered the tracks ahead of schedule. They were at a curve near Kunming's Luoyang town station. The train was traveling at 114 kilometers per hour, resulting in 11 deaths and 2 injuries. Sources from the area revealed that the track replacement work along the Kunming South Highway was supposed to start at 12:50 a.m. and finish by 4 a.m. However, the workers began their work 25 minutes early without receiving the dispatch order. The most dangerous part of the accident was that the incident occurred on a curved section of the tracks, where the driver had only a 200-meter visibility range. Additionally, the workers had not set up protective signals nor worn protective vests. Journalists reported that the train left a brake mark 287 meters long, but at a speed of 114 kilometers per hour, the workers had less than 10 seconds to escape. The scene was littered with helmets, wrenches, and work logs, which recorded a tragedy that could have been avoided. The last page of the log read, "Trying to finish before 4 a.m. today so I can go home and celebrate my child's birthday." Insiders have pointed out at least 3 fatal mistakes made during the incident. 1. The failure of the dispatch order to be communicated. The experimental train's operation plan was not synchronized with the construction team, leading to a complete breakdown in communication. 2. The window period system was rendered ineffective. The construction team started work ahead of schedule, violating the 12:50 a.m. start time. 3. Lack of supervision at night. No dedicated staff were assigned to patrol the high-risk time period, and no protective personnel were added to the curve section. In response, Kunming's Emergency Management Office provided little information, merely stating that the accident is under investigation, and further details would be provided in a future report. The incident quickly became a hot topic on Weibo, with the hashtag reaching the top of the trending list. Netizens were quick to criticize the incident, with some asking, "How could such a basic mistake happen? This is unbelievable. Construction and testing were happening at the same time. The officer on duty must have abandoned their post to go drinking." One netizen commented, "What's going on these days? Yesterday it was Hong Kong, today it's Kunming. It makes you think a bit more." Oddly, almost at the same time, another incident occurred on the Baocheng Railway in Sichuan's Zhejiang region. There, a train collided with maintenance workers, resulting in 2 deaths. According to reports from Jimu News, at 12:27 a.m. on November 27th, a train on the Baocheng Railway collided with 2 maintenance workers on the tracks. Both workers were labor dispatch workers, and the cause of the accident is still under investigation. As the authorities have blocked further information, very little is known about the Baocheng accident. In recent years, there have been several similar accidents in mainland China, where trains have collided with construction workers. According to reports from mainland media, on May 13th, the day before the Dragon Boat Festival, a railway bridge collapsed on the G348 line in Xichang, Sichuan province. A red freight truck was trapped under the collapsed bridge. A traffic officer at the scene said the driver was unharmed, but the exact cause of the incident is still unclear. Witness Mr. Yu said that the truck might have been too tall and hit the bridge surface, causing the bridge to shift and collapse onto the truck. The video circulating online shows a height restriction of 4.2 meters on the bridge. Several local residents mentioned that there had been previous incidents where freight trucks scraped the bottom of the bridge. On May 12th, another tragic incident happened in Changde, Hunan province. A 60-year-old man was struck and killed by a train. This was the 19th fatality of that section of the railway. According to villagers near the incident, the man was hit by a train at the railway bridge on the Jiaoliu Railway around noon. Just a month before, a 15-year-old disabled girl also lost her life on the same stretch of track as the train passed through the village. According to a Tencent news report, the girl's mother spoke up on the evening of May 12th, stating, "My daughter had an intellectual disability and severe nearsightedness. The railway station just gave a simple answer. They said the highest compensation would be 90,000 yuan, and if I didn't accept it, I should take legal action. I can't accept this compensation." The investigations found that the railway track passing through the village had become known as the death curve. Over the years, many people have died after being hit by trains in the Songjiawan section of the Jiaoliu Railway. Most of the victims have been elderly people, children, and the disabled. The youngest was only 1.5 years old. Villagers have asked to relocate, but the village committee said that residential land cannot be changed easily. The Jiaolu Railway is a mountainous railway running through China's second and third-tier transitional areas, reflecting the wartime three-line construction principle of relying on mountains and hiding. Due to the mountainous terrain, the railway has 4 curves and 2 tunnels within just 1.5 kilometers in Songjiawan village. Villagers believe these curves and the surrounding trees obstruct visibility, making it easier for accidents to happen. Additionally, trains sometimes fail to sound their horns in time, and by the time villagers hear them, the train is already too close. In the Songjiawan village's section of the track, there is a curve about 100 meters long. Villagers recall that at least 8 people have died at this spot, which is why they refer to it as the death curve. Villager Song Fu-chu's house is located near this death curve, and small coal particles often fall at his doorstep. In the past, the vibrations from passing trains often caused tiles to fall off his roof. He has witnessed several villagers being struck by trains at this curve, and his brother-in-law was also killed by a train while sitting outside on a summer day. Many houses in the village are located close to the railway on both sides, with some even facing the tracks directly. Villagers need to cross the tracks to leave their homes, creating a unique coexistence of houses and railways. Additionally, nearly half of the villagers' farmland is located on the mountain, and some accidents have occurred while people were traveling to and from their fields. Although there's a pedestrian and vehicle bridge in the village, it is inconveniently located, and villagers feel it's easier to cross the tracks instead. Some netizens raised the question, why has the death curve existed for decades without the authorities taking action? It's clear that the authorities have never taken the lives of the people seriously. Railway accidents involving trains continue to happen in other sections of the Jiaolu Railway. According to a report, in 2011, the section of the Jiaolu Railway between the Hunan Jishou Railway Station and the Jishou Station had frequent accidents. From 2007 to 2010, there were 65 railway accidents, resulting in more than 70 casualties. Another report revealed that on June 4, 2024, a freight train in Jiamusi collided with construction workers who had trespassed onto the down line, leading to the deaths of 6 workers. On June 4, 2021, at 5 a.m., a train traveling from Urumqi to Hangzhou collided with railway construction workers on the Lanzhou-Xinjiang Railway. 9 fatalities were recorded. In recent years, major safety accidents have been occurring frequently in China, with the railway sector being one of the hardest hit areas. However, netizens have revealed that maritime disasters in China are equally severe, but the authorities have been deliberately blocking and hiding such information. Recently, media reports disclosed that on November 10th and 11th, 2 fishing boats from Liaoning province capsized in the western waters of South Korea, resulting in 2 deaths and 12 people missing. After the accidents, violations by officials from various regions of China came to light. Even more shocking, after a Liaoning fishing boat capsized, Xu Yufang, the director of the Marine and Fisheries Bureau in Bayuchuan district of Liaoning province, allegedly instructed the ship owner to not report it and to cover up the truth. On November 4th, a Chinese fishing boat capsized near the waters of Jeju Island in South Korea. The 98-ton fishing boat had 11 crew members on board. 6 crew members were rescued by nearby Chinese fishing boats. 2 were found to have heart failure when rescued. Later, they died. 3 are still missing. On November 10th, another Chinese fishing boat, a 99-ton vessel, capsized near the waters of Gumsan in South Korea. There were 11 crew members on board. 2 were rescued by a passing cargo ship, and the other 9 are missing. On November 26th, Mr. Wang, a relative of one of the missing crew members, told reporters, "The ship had issues, the design was unreasonable, and it was overloaded. In the end, only 2 people survived, the captain and the first mate. They said the ship's drainage system malfunctioned, clogging the drainage outlet, and a big wave capsized the boat." Mr. Wang questioned this version of events, suggesting that the situation was more complicated. Investigations revealed that in the November 10th accident, the boat's owner and captain, Zheng, had deliberately used the credentials of another person to pass safety checks in order to meet the standards for setting sail. However, the actual crew members were not on board. Zheng had arranged 2 unregistered personnel who lacked valid crew certificates to replace the qualified workers. This led to the boat being unfit for safe operations. On November 16th, Zheng was arrested by the Yingkou City Police. Public reports indicate that fishing boat accidents are frequent in Liaoning province. In addition to the 2 fishing boat accidents mentioned above, on October 18th of this year, another fishing boat capsized in the waters of Changxing Island, Dalian, leaving 10 people missing. In 2024, there were still 3 more incidents. On October 15th, a fishing boat sank near Wafangdian City in Dalian. One fisherman was rescued. On November 2nd, a fishing boat registered in Panjin capsized, leaving 9 people missing. On December 13th, a fishing boat went missing in the central Yellow Sea, with 12 crew members on board. Liaoning Daily recently reported that as of November 24th, a total of 162 people had been investigated by the disciplinary inspection at various levels in Liaoning province. 61 people were detained or placed under supervision, and 52 voluntarily turned themselves in to the authorities. The police solved 45 criminal cases, with 104 people arrested. The issues revealed in these cases were shocking. The report specifically mentioned several cases, including one where Xu Fang, the party secretary and director of the Marine and Fisheries Bureau in Baiyuquan District, Yingkou City, failed to organize a rescue after a fishing boat capsized in Liaoning. Instead, he colluded with a staff member to instruct the ship owner to not report the incident. Xu Fang and his subordinate, named Shi, have now been placed under investigation. Another case involved Dong, the former head of the ship inspection law enforcement team in Huludao City. He used his position to help multiple fishing boat operators falsify data and pass inspections, effectively legalizing condemned fishing boats for operations. He received payments from several ship owners. The report also revealed that it's common for fishing port officers to receive bribes from port operators and ship owners. In addition to the railway and maritime sectors, accidents caused by quality issues in electric vehicles have been particularly alarming. On November 26, a severe car crash occurred in Jiangxi, involving a Xiaomi SU7. The driver died on the spot, but when a witness posted the video online, the police requested that the video be taken down. On November 26, a netizen named Guangdong Jieyang motorcycle friend Xiao Lan posted a video on Douyin, claiming that at 9:12 a.m. in Shuangxi Township, Shangyou County, a Xiaomi SU7 with a Gansu license plate crashed into the roadside guardrail. There were no brake marks, and the driver died immediately. The passenger was also lost. On November 27th, the same netizen posted that he had received calls from both Xiaomi and the internet police, requesting that he take down the video. Another individual, claiming to be an early adopter of Xiaomi cars, posted a complaint. In November, while the car was in highway NOA mode, it was rear-ended by a large truck that changed lanes without warning. The system failed to decelerate or take evasive action, resulting in a collision. After the accident, a Xiaomi engineer admitted that the lane change was too fast for the system to respond, and that the side was a blind spot. However, after consulting Xiaomi headquarters, the store refused to record the truth of the accident, instead issuing a no malfunction detected inspection report in order to avoid legal risks. The car owner asked, "I just want to ask Xiaomi's headquarters, if you avoided legal risks, then who is going to avoid the risk to the lives of the car owners?" Previously, Xiaomi electric cars had been involved in several serious accidents, including multiple vehicle fires. Due to the inability to open the car doors, the occupants were consumed by the flames. Additionally, Xiaomi's CEO has repeatedly promoted speed as belief, often highlighting incidents where Xiaomi electric cars crash into roadside barriers or green belts due to excessive speed. On October 13th in Chengdu, Sichuan, a Xiaomi car reportedly crashed into a green belt and caught fire. Several passers-by tried to help, but were unable to open the car doors. They ultimately had to cut the doors open with a chainsaw, only to find the driver inside severely burned beyond recognition. On March 29th, 3 female university students were driving a Xiaomi SU7 on a highway in Anhui when the car collided and exploded into flames. The car doors were locked, and the 3 women tragically burned to death. Aside from these horrifying fatal accidents, Chinese electric vehicles often make headlines for humorous reasons. In Linyi, Shandong, 2 Huawei cars equipped with automatic parking systems repeatedly collided in an underground garage. Netizens sarcastically commented that these cars were leading the way, which is Huawei's slogan. Several related videos have recently surfaced online, some filmed by eyewitnesses, others from the dashcams of the involved vehicles. One video shows a white Huawei Aito M8 activating its automatic parking. After driving just a few meters, another silver-gray Huawei Aito R7, also in automatic parking mode, sharply turned right, causing a collision with the M8. Despite trying to adjust, the R8 continued to make right turns, repeatedly scraping the M8, leaving visible damage on both vehicles. According to Chinese media reports, this unusual traffic accident occurred at the Wanda Plaza parking lot on Shanghai Road in Linyi. The 2 Huawei Harmony OS vehicles collided while their owners remotely controlled the parking via their smartphones. No one was in the cars at the time. and both vehicles sustained damage. After police arrived and consulted with the car owners, it was determined that the R7's owner was fully responsible for the accident, while the M8 owner had no fault. Since both cars were from Huawei's Harmony OS series, the manufacturer took responsibility for handling the matter. This incident has sparked further discussions among the public about the safety boundaries of autonomous driving technology. After the video went viral, netizens were quick to mock the situation. If they hadn't crashed, they would have met. Turns out they're all from the same family. All patriotic cars, truly leading the way. In another viral video, a Huawei Aito M7 was seen crashing into a curb, which caused the axle to break. Additionally, another video showed a Xiaomi SU7 climbing a tree. The car didn't lose power, but the doors wouldn't open. Some netizens have pointed out that China's various sectors are filled with corrupt and opportunistic officials and business owners, and major safety accidents are an everyday occurrence. However, the most frightening aspect is the government's attitude. They never truly hold anyone accountable for the root cause of the accidents, but instead use the most efficient methods to deal with the victims and those involved. What may seem like a funny display of EVs malfunctioning is actually a serious safety hazard. On the surface, China's economy, the second largest in the world, appears to be thriving and operating normally. But in reality, it's like a ship full of holes, ready to fall apart at any moment.